Good morning, Valley Christian. I'm Garrett Prince, and welcome to this episode of VCTV.
Good morning, Valley Christian. I'm Elizabeth DeGroat.
Oh, and I'm Abby Leffler.
And these are your morning announcements. There is a student tech team meeting today at lunch in room C31. Make sure to have your Mac User Guide 3.0 already downloaded.
United Christian Club meeting today at lunch in room B19.
Remember that there are hurricane relief donations that you should donate during first period today and tomorrow.
Senior off-campus lunch is tomorrow, Friday. Fifth period starts at 12:25, so make sure to be back. If you did not turn in your signed permission slip, you are not allowed to go off campus, so check your email if you are one of those people.
Spanish Club, there's a meeting today at lunch in room 10.
Anime Club, meet today at lunch in room 42.
Seniors, please bring one bag of candy for the Harvest Festival by Monday and give it to Mrs. Cortez in room 4.
Robotics Boot Camp, tonight at 6:30 p.m. in Building B.
All girls who are interested in playing soccer this year, there's an informational meeting today at lunch in room 11.
Tennis, you are out at 2:15. JV football, you are out at 2:30. JV and varsity volleyball, you are out at 2:30. Cross country team is out at 1:30, and golf is out at 2.
As you're in chapel, we are starting a fundraiser for those affected by the hurricanes. Due to the increase in natural disasters around the world, VCTV decided it would be best for us to explore how to better prepare ourselves and what career options there are. And now here's Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron Benbow, and I'm here with Dr. Steve Jensen and Elliot Jensen. Dr. Steve Jensen is a university professor, and he is a first responder. He also works with the FEMA and the Red Cross. And Elliot Jensen, who is the class of 2014, is preparing for a career in the first responding field. So how did you guys get motivated, or what inspired you to be a first responder?
I was quite compelled to work in a refugee situation which was emerging in Southeast Asia at the time. It was very compelling. I loved being a part of that history, of the things that were going on, and actually being able to make a difference. And it got in my blood, and I haven't been able to get it out since then.
After growing up in the atmosphere that he provided, same with my mom, I kind of just had that thing in my heart too, where I just wanted to get out and do something different.
And why are first responders so important, especially now with the recent hurricanes?
Well, they always have been, but it's probably more important now than ever. We're seeing bigger storms. You know, there's debate, how much climate change is having an effect on the strength, the intensity of these storms, the rapid escalation of them. But if we leave that debate aside, we can agree that we've built our cities in ways that aren't appropriate for the kind of threats that we're likely to be having now and then in the future. So we saw in the case of Houston, we saw excessive flooding, we saw property damage, we saw lives hurt at a degree that they never should be. Having this kind of damage to our communities, to our families, it's just not acceptable.
And why is it important for high schoolers to know what first responders do and how they help the community?
Well, first of all, we need to understand who the first responders are. It's certainly the fire and the police, but the real first responders are the people in the neighborhoods. They're the ones that are out there helping their neighbors, they're helping their family members, they're helping around the school. They're the ones that are actually out there doing it. And high school is a great time to really start to learn some of these skills, whether it be in first aid, light search and rescue. The kinds of things that you do here in Wilderness Challenge are brilliant preparations for the kind of things that you might be using next week here in our own city, or it could be years from now. You could just take that very basic level of skills and be able to help people out, but you can continue to build on them your whole life.
And do you think there should be more Christians in the field of first responders?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We should be out there in the middle of fire and police. We should be serving our communities in that capacity. But whatever walk of life we choose, whether we're accountants or school teachers, we all have a responsibility to serve our communities That's what it means to be people of faith, to be there with your neighbors when things are really tough. And we can be there. We can be prepared for that.
Is there anything else you would like to add to being a first responder, or how students can be involved and how they should get more information about being a first responder?
It's always going to be a challenge. It's one of those things we're always going to be learning. But the best way is just to jump in, to volunteer within the community through Wilderness Challenge to start to get some of these skills, to work alongside the fire departments in some of their internship programs, or the police department, to volunteer with the Red Cross, where you could start to take classes and learn some skills and actually deploy in some disasters. Best thing is just to start jumping in there and figure out if this is a fit for you and how you can actually start to move more deeply in this field.
So after you graduated Valley, how have you been preparing to be a first responder?
Well, I've been stationed out of Lincoln, Nebraska. My program's in International Rescue and Relief. It's a Bachelor of Science degree, and it incorporates humanitarian relief, medical aspects, emergency care, and just multicultural service training all over. We do training in Colorado for search and rescue, and then we do clinics through Nicaragua for our capstone semester. And it's really just a way of getting hands-on, really understanding where you can go with these kind of skills.
As a school, we are doing a fundraiser to help the victims who have been recently affected by the natural disasters. So can you guys tell us what is the importance of this fundraiser?
Well, it's a beautiful thing that the schools decided to be able to contribute to the relief efforts of these two big hurricanes which have recently hit Texas and Florida. The one in Texas, we know this is going to be very, very expensive, at least $80 billion in damage. But much of that expense is going to be borne by the communities and by people of goodwill that are willing to jump in there and help out. So there's big avenues for being able to help with that fundraising through the Red Cross and other good organizations doing work in the field. But there's also this idea that communities can assist other communities. And from what we understand, there's an opportunity now through Mr. Pettis to be able to jump in there and help some of his family through their church that have been directly affected. And there's 30 families that are in dire need there. So to be able to connect with them, to be able to help out through fundraising on their behalf here, it's a beautiful way to be able to reach out across the country to help communities we have connections with and to be able to really make a difference in their life.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of VCTV.
On behalf of the whole VCTV crew, we hope you have a not totally horrible day.
Bye.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Valley Christian. I'm Garrett Prince, and this is Trevor Gilbreth, and this is VCTV.